This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening. An Irish poet once said that education is not the filling of a pail but the lighting of a fire. And sometimes to make sure that that spark is created, parents, schools, headmasters are all going out. Here in Chennai, in fact, it could mean going all the way to voice their dissent against the Samachir Kalvi that has been followed in the academic year gone by. So what really went wrong and where? 9 crore textbooks have already been ordered for. 85% of it is already done. But will that now rot? If implemented this year, Class 10 will be the new guinea pigs for the year. But could that change be more damaging than constructive? We'll get all of those questions answered. There is a grave amount of confusion and anticipation among many now. Dr. N. Vijayan, General Secretary from the Federation of Matriculation Schools Association, Tamil Nadu, and education activist Dr. P. Shivakumar joins me on the show tonight to talk this out. A concerned parent, Ms. Sheila Prakash, joins us over the phone line in a moment from now, and she'll be also joining us with her views of how her daughter has been going through this past 1 year with the syllabus that she's been having. But before we get into that crucial discussion, a look at the headlines tonight. A common concern among students, will there be uniform syllabus or not this academic year? The Madras High Court will hear a public interest litigation against the postponement tomorrow. From veteran politician to father figure, Karunanidhi talks about his visit to Delhi, says Kanimozhi is healthy.
Kanimozhi, துணிவோடும் உறுதியோடும் இன்னதிலே சமாளிப்பதாக.
Top church officials from the state sent JJ Lalita a reminder about keeping her poll promise. Concessions and reservations top their
and she has, as our auxiliary has already mentioned, given us a lot of hope that she will look into it.
M. Karunanidhi makes way for his younger son to lead the DMK at the assembly. A little surprise here that Durai Murugan would be the second in command. The Madras High Court orders notices to the Prime Minister's office challenging the exclusion of women and Dalits in the Lokpal bill. The Egmore Hospital had a surprise visitor today. The brand new health minister drops in and promises to act on poor amenities.
பேஷண்ட்களுக்கு ரொம்ப தொல்லை கொடுக்குறாங்க ஆயமாங்கள்லாம் பணம் கொடுத்தா தான் குழந்தைய காட்டுவேன் அப்போ தான் பிளட் எல்லாம் க்ளீன் பண்ணுவோம்
பிரச்சனைக்கு மேலே என்ன நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கலான்னு இனிமேல் தான் முடிவு எடுத்து புரட்சித் தலைவர் அம்மாவுடைய ஆணைக்கு கணக்க இனிமேல் என்ன செய்யணுன்றது நான் இனிமேல் முடிவு எடுக்கிறேன்.
And we introduce you to the MLAs of your region today. Meet J. Anbaragan from Triple K. Before we get you all of that stories in detail, a quick scan of what's making news across the nation and the world. A low-intensity blast in a car outside the Delhi High Court. No one has been killed or injured, but police say this was not an accident. Headley's diary submitted as evidence in court. NDTV follows the leads and tracks down those who have dealt with Headley in Pakistan. David Headley, cold and detached in court during the Rana trial, keeps a poker face throughout as he explains the various kinds of assaults. A full meal for 20 rupees, not for the poor, but for our MPs. We ask, should food for our netas be so heavily subsidized? Gambhir is injured, but the Kolkata Knight Riders captain will play the key IPL eliminator against Mumbai. Our top story tonight, will it be a uniform syllabus for the student community of Tamil Nadu after the much debated issue that has been heating up among educationalists, parents and schools? The Madras High Court will decide tomorrow when they hear a decision, in fact when they hear that public interest litigation that is coming up after the new government put on hold the Samachir Kalvi or the uniform syllabus for schools in the state. The new state government considered looking into the syllabus's feasibility by proposing an expert panel to frame the common syllabus. But with just barely a few more weeks to go before the next academic session, Amma's decision to postpone the uniform syllabus has evoked a mixed response from across the state. While educationalists argue that taking it off would be a bad idea, schools and parents agree that matriculation syllabus by itself is competitive for the student community. And the former Chief Minister Karunanidhi has backed this system, saying that this was what was delivered to the many educationalists and parents when it came up as a demand earlier, and that scrapping it would perhaps be a bad decision.
எல்லா மாணவருக்கும் சமநிலையில் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக மாணவர்கள் உட்பட பலரும் தொடர்ந்து போராடி வந்தார்கள். அவர்களுடைய குரலுக்கு மற்றும் கருத்துக்கு மதிப்பளித்து திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக ஆட்சியில் பல்வேறு ஆய்வுகள் செய்யப்பட்டு இறுதியாக தலை சிறந்த கல்வியாளர்களின் ஒப்புதலோடும் அரசியல் கட்சிகளின் தலைவர்களோடும் கலந்து பேசுகின்ற வாய்ப்பை பெற்று மத்திய கல்வி திட்டம் சட்டப்பேரவையில் நடைமுறைப்படுத்தப்பட்டது. அது எப்பொழுது நிறுத்தப்பட்டு விட்டது என்றால் எதிர்கால தலைமுறைக்கு பெரிதும் பாதிப்பை ஏற்படுத்தக்கூடும்.
Let me now introduce to you our panel of guests tonight. Dr. N. Vijayan, General Secretary with the Federation of Matriculation Schools Association in Tamil Nadu, joins us. Also joining us right here in our studios is education activist Dr. P. Shivakumar, and parent Ms. Shira Prakash joins us over the phone line. First off, to you, Mr. Vijayan, the whole idea of introducing this system of Samashir Kalvi is not anything new. You were on the board yourself, but after all of this work and research that has gone into this, what are your thoughts on the feasibility over this system? Do you agree with the ruling government who is calling this substandard now?
No, in fact, substandard, what I mean is the syllabus for the existing matriculation syllabus, it was proportional to 1100 marks. But the Samachir Kalvi, it is now brought down to the syllabus proportional to 500 marks. That means there is a reduction of the syllabus proportional to 600 marks. So now this modern, this one, technology explosion, knowledge explosion, everything is there, and when the children are fed with a suitable syllabus, it will definitely enhance their thought power, thought process, and help them in the long run to really come good in the competitive world. So there is a considerable reduction in the syllabus, which according to us in the early stage of the introduction of Samachir Kalvi, we were told that it will be made on par, it will be made on par. Then we thought government school syllabus and aided school syllabus will be increased, lifted up, and will be brought on par with matriculation syllabus to make it Samachir Kalvi. But on the other hand, it is reduced from matriculation syllabus and made on par. That is the reason parents of matriculation schools and schools, matriculation schools are also slightly unhappy, because it was a policy of the government, we had to go with that.
Right, Mr. Vijayan, they're calling it, well, not exactly at par with maybe perhaps the other systems. He was on the panel. But Mr. Shivakumar, you say if this is not really brought into effect, if this is not implemented right away, students could be in a soup. Why? Why do you react in that manner?
With for the past more than 4 or 5 years, when DMK government came to power, after a struggle by educationists,
right,
the government appointed a committee with the chairmanship of Dr. Muthukumaran.
Right.
And he suggested 2 things. One is common syllabus for matriculation stream as well as state board stream. Then mother tongue education at all levels in the school level system, especially in the primary level. the government, DMK government has not implemented the second part, but they brought in common syllabus for matriculation stream and government school. I would like to pose a question to Mr. Vijayan. Why the matriculation syllabus should be at higher level than state board? Prior to 1977, there were more number of government schools, and after introducing +2 in schools, there is a mushroom growth of matriculation schools. Prior to 1977, when Honorable Minister Aranganayagam was there as Education Minister, it was in college, pre-university was in the college, no +2. And Madras University used to conduct matriculation examination. Some matriculation schools are here, world test schools. They cater the need of especially Anglo-Indians, minorities belong to a particular community, and they cater the need of those persons.
In fact,
now they brought in common syllabus. Kothari 1966 suggested there should be a common school system. What DMK brought in is not a common school system. They brought only common syllabus. Even for that, there are a lot of opposition in matriculation school, because it will affect their trade in education.
All right. So, like Mr. Shivakumar was pointing out there, Mr. Vijayan, if you could, this is the parity basis basically that he's bringing about. If the system really does have, the loopholes, and you've been on that panel, and why has there been no protest then or dissent to this idea? It was implemented in this 1 year without much problems. Why has that been the case then?
See, it was the policy of the government. Schools have no role, though initially there have been protests from different sectors. But then we were told, with the improving quality of teaching in the classroom, the syllabus is almost close to CBSE syllabus. Therefore, there will not be any setback for you in improving the standard. So you can improve the quality of teaching, thus making it to sustain the standard that matriculation schools have been maintaining it. That's what the kind of assurance we have given to the schools, and therefore there was no much of protest early stage. But when there is a system that has been functioning well, doing well, why not to have that? Is the question now raised by the schools.
Right. Now, do you agree with what he's saying? That was an assurance once, and so why not give it a shot? He says that, there's also this whole idea of competition that really comes up. While a common syllabus may not really give up that much competition as some students, and many parents have been bringing that up. Has it been too easy for students, or do you think they have been trained in a competitive manner with this kind of a syllabus?
I disagree with Mr. Vijayan. The syllabus is not substandard. For example, if you take mathematics stream, Ramanujam Institute is one of the famous institute in India for mathematics. One professor is a member of the committee which is responsible for designing the 10th standard math syllabus. And professors from Presidency College, leading PG institution in Tamil Nadu, they were members. And I want to pose another question to Mr. Vijayan. He was a member of State Board Physics in the previous World Syllabus Committee. Therefore, does it mean that the State Board syllabus is downgraded or not up to the mark? Is he agreeing with that? And in addition to that, what I am telling you, why there should be double standard or two type of standard of education in India, in Tamil Nadu.
All right, let's just get a parent in here to really know what the situation at the ground level is like. Ms. Sheila Prakash, you have a daughter who is, in school right now. Has it been relatively easy this year, or was she complaining of too much of burden? What was it like this year? Have you embraced this new system with open arms? What is your feedback that you're getting?
Just as a parent, I would like to express my view regarding this common syllabus. See, actually, we are not against of this common syllabus. The standard is not up to the mark. That is why we welcome this. Now our Chief Minister says that it is not according to the standard. That is true, of course. It is not according to the standard, because I experience with my daughter. She hardly sits for half an hour every day. She says that I finished everything, ma. That's what she says. That means the syllabus, the content is very less. The gaining knowledge is very less. That is how I feel. Because just one lesson in economics, 4 lessons in history, whereas in 5th standard she had studied 10 lessons history alone. Geography alone, 10 lessons. See the difference.
Are you suggesting that the quality has come down in a huge manner then?
And I cannot say that it is the quality. The content has come down and children are free. See the attitude, the children's attitude is changed. See, they had very little portion and they can finish it. That too, my daughter she's little brighter side. Okay, so she can finish it earlier. She says that, Ma, I finished. So, whereas we cannot compel the child. When she doesn't have a prescribed notes or books, we cannot compel a child to read just half an hour. Do you think half an hour is enough? For us, that means a child needs at least 1 to 2 hours to sit with our studies. That is how we feel as a parent.
Right.
One more thing I would like to say. That now these coming days are a competitive days. See, in the competitive world, our children have to compete with the other set of children. Whereas with this system, with very less portion of system, I don't think our children can compete with the competitors. That too in international level. That is what my opinion. So we are not against of common syllabus. If the common syllabus has a standard, definitely we can go for common syllabus like NCERT, even more than a CBSE syllabus.
All right,
That's what is my opinion.
Right, so
That's
the content being the problem here than really the quality overall. Just stay with us, Ms. Sheila and Mr. Shivakumar as well. We'll just slip into a very short break. There are lots more issues regarding this whole system that's come into place. Mr. Ndtv-Hindu as well, if you could stay with us. We'll just slip into a very short break and bring in some more questions and try and get all of them answered in just a while from now.